What's up, Hippo lovers? October 2022 might have been the biggest month in Age of Empires history for the franchise, and I will tell you why. Red Bull Wololo happened, more than $500,000 prize pool tournament, and we had games 1, 2, and 4 there, and I misclicked twice already at the start of the show. We had Age of Empires 1. An event that had qualification with Rise of Rome's and the DE version. In the end, the two best players, Pibby and CSDN, who traveled to Heidelberg, Germany to fight it out, and it was a not very eventful 3-0. It felt a bit like squeezed in on the end of Red Bull, like it was between the semifinals of AoE2 and the finals of AoE2. Viewer numbers were still relatively good, although it was midnight Vietnamese time, obviously, as you all know. Out of the hardcore non-Red Bull audience, 95% plus are from Vietnam. Age of Empires 2. Big storylines there. Obviously, lots and lots of eyes on the $200,000 tournament. We started off with a group phase in which we had big names fall, such as Doubt. Very early struggle on was Leary losing against Tato in the opener there. And Capoch really close going through. MBL said he didn't train a lot, but still made it through there. And fans obviously were hoping more from Sito and Daniel. Daniel on the verge of winning against Leary in the opening match there. Then we went into the bracket phase, and as we all know, the big win there for Tato. After being down 2-0 against Jordan, 4 hours set, or at least in production-wise, maybe a bit more than 3 hours gameplay-wise. Absolutely sick how Tato came back here. Then even won against Terra, something that few people believed. I even predicted Terra going through and winning the whole thing. Terra looked in such good shape, looked very clean against MBL, looked clean in the group stage. Leary beating the Viper, obviously due to Leary earlier losing against Tato, therefore getting a lower seed and had to face one of the winners of the other group, which was either Villiso or Viper. So they had to face each other there. And Leary went through. Viper looked really shaky, even tweeted that he didn't feel, that he felt really nervous there. Villiser, one of the greatest performances that I've ever seen from him, the 3-1 against Mr. Yo here, going into the semifinals and getting what I believe is a $10,000, $15,000 payday. Tato in the finals against Leary, 4-2 there. And brings us to AoE4. Before we go into some of the backstories of all the stuff, AoE4 happened on the Sunday and squeezed in between quarterfinals and the semifinals of AoE2. Marino in the end, winning $100,000. PC Cutie eliminated there in the semifinal. Those were the two favorites. But Marine Lord losing his opening match and really struggling in set 2 and 3 here, which was quite surprising. Lost in the other group. Yep, lost in the other group. 2-1 against Magic. Then elimination match. Wham, 2-1, really close. And in the decider, 2-1 against the Muslims. So really struggled, but in the end went through in quite convincing fashion. Mr. made lots of new fans, and what a shiny boy, $50,000 for him. And everyone really happy with how the tournament went down on the esports side. Viewer numbers for everyone who wants to compare there. Big stories, obviously, the wild comeback of Marine Lord, Doubt being out pretty early, and as you all know, peak viewers on AoE1, mainly on Facebook over there in Vietnam. And those were actually pretty unfortunate because a 3-0 final and the late start time. I think if this was tailored a bit more around AoE4 and got like a best of 7, went to distance there, I wouldn't be surprised if 150k would have been possible. Same goes for AoE4. Really early end, I think Central European time, 1930 and a 4-0. Could have been 50, maybe even 55 if it had such a quality final that AoE2 had there as well. So I think people were reasonably happy. Compare this with AoE2 viewer numbers last year. I think it was 77k, so the slightest of decreases there on that end. Other storylines. Oh yeah, live audience. That was one of the major things. Obviously, we did not have a live audience in many years. Especially not on that size. I think like 300 to 350 people were squeezed in there, sitting next to the players. And I personally got emotionally overwhelmed. Like Riley, the host, did the intro on day one, and I teared up and had to leave. Luckily, I only had the second set, but just went through there, did my cast, and then got flooded by emotions. Incredible. Thank you to everyone who was there. Thank you to everyone who was at the GL meet and greet. Another meet and greet, like 150 plus people were there and completely going wild. Crazy fan bases that made it to Heidelberg, and so many people that didn't have a ticket were there. Really shows you how much love out of the AoE community is going in there. Also, this event, for the very first time, felt that AoE2 and AoE4 don't have to work against each other. I know that there are a lot of like not too clever people in Twitch that still had to post their opinions, but especially like with the players, it felt like very connected. They hang together, like talked and tried to get to know each other. And obviously casters got into a nice connection. Production, like everything just went to smooth, at least in Heidelberg itself. I hope that got transitioned to the home audience, although obviously the overlap of people that watch AoE2 and AoE4 is not crazy big. Maybe I will mind something else, but I think this is it for Red Bull for now. Nothing hinted of a continuation. Viewer numbers were certainly solid, but as you saw in all the behind the scenes videos, also production had to be absolutely crazy and must have cost, let's just say millions. Like you saw the videos, it's just absolutely massive. Also, on the 25th, I believe, right? Let me look up on my calendar. 25th, indeed. Age of Empires became 25 years old, and Age of Empires franchise had a lot of news. Age of Empires 2 is coming for the Xbox on the 31st of January. And lots of people hope that that is going to be pretty massive. Also announced to be soon. Age of Empires 4 is coming for the Xbox as well. And you can play Age of Empires 2 people on the Xbox against people that play on Steam or Game Pass. This is like enormous news in the sense that lots of people are hoping that this will bring more eyes to the franchise and more people will play, which could lead to more prize pools, more viewer numbers, and like in general, great news. Also, Age of Empires Mobile got announced. I don't know what that means. I don't want to get into speculation. Obviously, lots of mobile games have weird monetization mechanics. That's what some people could be scared of. I will give them the benefit of the doubt for now, and let's just wait for what they have to offer. Yeah, but Xbox pretty damn big. Not too much more announced around that though. And then Age of Mythology, the game that did not get any love for quite some time from the World's Edge team, is getting a Retold edition. It feels like kind of definitive edition without them giving the stamp of like this is the definitive version. So probably like a remake with multiple expansions to come. Obviously no official information on that, but lots and lots of hopes there from the AoE community. And lots of people getting really excited for that. Yeah. Which brings us to clip of the month, I believe, right? Yoinky. And yoinky. Why am I so bad prepared on not knowing what to click? Let's go. This was on the B stream. Yeah. That got not the best critics out of the group stage. Daniel against Leary.
Yeah, I don't think that Daniel's actually in the better spot right now. Like, the only thing that's good... Oh, he's mangonelling his own Treb.
No!
No! Daniel, what are you doing?
Stop!
He's killing his own trap.
Daniel,
Oh,
he's
no.
like, who's attacking my trap?
I can't believe he's gonna do it again. He's gonna. Is that the third? He's repairing his own
He's gonna lose his own villager.
What is going on, Daniel?
Look away! Oh no! Oh no!
And Daniel ended up losing this game. Leary came back after being down 2-1. And yeah, killing that trap as well. And yeah, I just discussed, already mentioned the B stream. Red Bull decided, okay, we are going for a tournament format and can't squeeze everything into the normal broadcast that we are doing. So they decided on a B stream that had clearly lower quality than the mainstream, which kind of makes sense, right? Because it is a B stream. But people weren't really happy that the matches weren't cast by their favorite casters, that they were on a different channel, that they were simultaneously. And also, one of the quarterfinals sadly had to be pushed from the mainstream on to another B stream that was more Red Bull organized there. And yeah, obviously that's the tricky thing, right? With like such a major production crew that has limited hours and all under contract, not really having the chance to go even slightly over time, and therefore a cost of the major production that they went for. Yeah, not much else I could say about that, I believe. Yeah, then look ahead. What's happening in November? AoE2 Warlords is coming. A $30,000 tournament organized by MEMP with a map pool that's pretty atypical for MEMP events. We have lots of closed maps, like Black Forest is squeezed in there. We have islands, migration, and top 8 out of Red Bull already invited. That is going to start pretty damn soon. Actually, this weekend, qualifiers are starting. And AoE4 wise, there will be a $40,000 2v2 and 3v3 tournament, with also a 2v2 tournament announced for January 2023 in South Korea. Which is quite interesting because obviously Korea has not been explored since 2001 land-wise, and gives us a lot of hope for the future. I think that was it. It feels like I forgot something. Maybe check the comments. Typically Twitch chat is around, but I felt like recording this one offline. I still want to rest a bit more and didn't want to have a stream. Have a good one, and I wish you all the best. Enjoy your November. Goodbye, Apple lovers.